Yeah.
Three, two, one. Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted as always to be joined by Chris, Andrew, Boxing Bros UK once again. Gents,
Bless you.
good to speak to both of you. Always good to speak to both of you. This is a reaction video to what we've just seen. Filip Hrgović has beaten David Adelaide in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, via unanimous decision. In a one-sided fight when you look at the scorecards. Chris,
Mm.
start with you. How excited did you get when round eight was popping off? When David
Uh,
Adelaide was kind of hurting, looked like he was hurting Hrgović, had several free shots at him. What was going through your mind?
I was thinking, fucking hell, what's
Yeah.
going on? Because I thought he was done. I thought he's getting stopped. I'm like, I would like to give Adelaide his props. He showed like that he's a dog. He's got that dog in him. He won't give up. He's ready. He's ready. He can dig down deep and come out swinging back down in his gumshoe and swing it out when his back's against the ropes. But that's all he showed. That was his best round, and it was a 10-8 round to Hrgović. And that was his best round in the fight. That says it all how the fight was. That your
Yeah,
best round was a 10-8 to your opponent.
yeah. And I think it would have been quite sensational if because Hrgović has clearly got some chin on him, but it would have been quite
Oh,
sensational if Adelaide, having lost pretty much every round, to have then stopped him in kind of in the last couple
if
of
he
minutes of the fight.
if he would have stopped
Um,
him then, that would have been bad for Adelaide because he would have carried on,
yeah,
maybe stepping up his levels beyond his
yeah,
yeah, ability if he would have got that knockout.
definitely. And Andrew, give us your thoughts. Adelaide had a couple of moments, but all in all, kind of has lost the
Mm.
fight quite clearly. Give us your kind of just your instant reaction really to the fight, please.
Yeah, instant reaction. I really enjoyed it. I mean, Hrgović, I mean, by not bigging ourselves up too much, I'm not sure how you had it, Elliot. I'm assuming you predicted Hrgović to win in similar fashion, did you? When we had it quite wide for Hrgović, we kind of felt like he would kind of out jab him, out punch him, outwork him, out every which that showed in the punch stats for what they're worth. But my God, the chin on him can't be underestimated. When Adelaide had a right go and was letting his punches go, and the Coley was up, and it was actually a bit of atmosphere kicking off. How the hell was Hrgović still standing up? I don't know.
Yeah,
God knows how he was still standing up.
yeah.
Um, oh,
It's
Chris has disappeared.
it's
I'll carry on.
carry on.
Um,
I've got a couple more
yeah,
questions before Chris comes back, Andrew. What's how I want to
yeah.
know how highly you rate Hrgović. Is he a top ten guy for you? Obviously in the division, you've still got Usyk. If you I'll leave up to you if you want to count Fury, but obviously Parker, Dubois, Caballel, Lawrence Okoli possibly is another name. Other names in there that you can include as well. But is Hrgović a top 10, maybe even a top five heavyweight for you? Or is that going too far?
I tell you what. Well, he's always had the potential to be a top five heavyweight. I think. I don't know. Maybe he's doing. Maybe under Abel Sanchez now, he does seem. I thought the Joe Joyce was maybe a career best performance. This was a very good performance. I think the key difference here was levels and experience that I think we all expected. When Adelaide gets hurt, have you noticed he's blinking? His poker face is shocking. He's letting his
Yeah.
opponent know psychologically what's going on. Mouth comes gaping open like he's some like warlord, Viking warlord. What's it? Then he goes and gets a flush right hand, shows a lot of heart to come back. When Hrgović gets cut early and gets hurt, what does he do? Gets back behind the jab, composes himself, settles down in the corner. He's been in the trenches. He's fought much better opponents, Dubois, Zhang, obviously Joe Joyce. He's fought good guys. I think he's right up there, Hrgović. I think he gives Cabiel a good fight. I think he gives Parker a very good fight. So in answer to your question overall, I think he's a potential top five. Yeah, I do.
Chris, give us your thoughts. Is he top five, top 10, top 15? Because I feel like he's had an up and down career, Hrgović. He's had that loss to Dubois, but he's managed to rebuild. He beat Zhilei Zhang. A lot of people thought he lost, but on paper he has got that win. As things stand, he's just got one loss on his record to Dubois, who went on to become world champion. Give us your thoughts on Hrgović. Where is he in your
So
rankings?
for me, like this is why boxing is the greatest sport in the world because you can rebuild
and come again. You can change things up and do better. Because so I think I really rate him to be in like definitely top 10, possibly top five. If you think, let's take Usyk out of the equation, yeah. Who's the top of the tree? You got Caballero, Dubois, Moses. That's it, really. Coley, and he's definitely, yeah, definitely top five. If you take Usyk out of it, he's top five for me because, and this without Abel Sanchez, I think that the big bear is increases gas tank because you know how Hergovic normally he starts
Mm.
fast and he switches off because he gets tired. Like it's like even in the Joe Joyce fights, he didn't do that. He had a second win towards the end when Joyce was coming on, and he's done it again. Oh, he's gone, and he's done it again. Coming on strong at the end when he knocked Adelaide down. Adelaide came back in that round, and then he finished strong. So his fitness is there. He's staying switched on. So I think Ebo Sanchez is the coach for him, and he'll do really well. Could be a world champion when he retires. Because 50-50 fights, all them guys, isn't it? Coley, Moses, Caballero, Dubois. You can't say, oh, he's the favourite. He's the favourite out of all them.
Do you think he'd beat Josh?
Where's Elliot? Has he got? Oh, yeah, I carried on talking. I don't know. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah, all here,
Am
mate.
I still here? I'm still here.
Yeah. So I was saying they're all 50-50 fights. Caballero, Coley, Moses Tuma, Dubois, Hergovic.
Yeah.
You can't say now, after that performance, the discipline that he's showing,
Mm.
the fact that he's
Mm.
not switching off anymore like he used to. He's coming on strong in the second half instead of just fading. I think you've got to put him up there and say he can be in a 50-50 fight with any of them guys, for sure.
Yeah. I think I just hope I hope we see some of these fights because I feel like the heavyweight division recently it's become a bit stagnated in regards to there's a lot of
Mm.
inactive guys in the top 10. Just to round off, gents, one guy that Hogovic has been linked with throughout his career, um, in a fight we might not see happen, but we could do. But I want to get both of your opinions. Hogovic and Joshua now, I still think that would be a great fight. The winner of that fight could possibly go on to fight for a world title. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I just
Yeah.
want to finish there, Chris. Who would you back in that fight? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I need an answer.
Yeah.
Who
It's
would
got to
you?
be AJ.
Yeah.
I mean, not AJ, sorry. It's got to be Hergovic.
Yeah,
Oh, you got to go off people's last fights. And after their last performances, it's got to be Hergovic. It's like what Eddie Murphy says, what have you done for me lately, baby?
mm, exactly.
AJ ain't done nothing for me lately, so it's got to be Hergovic.
Yeah, Andrew, do you agree with Chris? Would you be?
Yeah, it's a bit of kind of heart ruling head or head ruling heart here because I'd want to think that AJ can maybe find some of that old form, but I do think there's some prominent. I'm not a psychiatrist, obviously, or a doctor, but I do think there's some prominent PTSD going on there, and I think like we're going to see in the with the Dillian White fight, I think yeah he's coming in great shape, but miles on the clock is miles on the clock. Classic car
Yeah.
can look great. But what's it like under the hood still? It's got 200,000 miles on it. AJ's been in some tough fights, never really recovered since 2019. I think he would come in there with great shape. I think he'd probably be good in the first two rounds. And I think once he gets, because Bergovic throws a lot of shots for a big man, you know, boys. Him and when
Yeah.
Bacoli's in shape, he reminds me of that. I think Bacoli hits harder, but he throws a lot of shots, Hergovic, a lot of volume. And I think AJ will potentially start reliving some of those previous nightmares. Hate to
Yeah.
say it because I love him, but got to be honest coming on here. So that's my feeling, Elliot and Chris.
Yeah,
What I
fantastic.
will say as well,
Mm,
Hergovic has got one hell of a chin.
yeah,
Like we've seen it now.
Granite.
Dubois hitting flush on the chin. Adelaide's hitting flush on the chin, and he didn't go down.
yeah,
They
So
ain't
yeah, he
like
doesn't hit
punchers
hard,
either, are they?
but even if you hit hard, he's going to be still standing up. So
and that's and that
it
and
don't
that
matter.
and that's a factor. I think that's maybe just why it took so long for Joe Joyce to get beat. Because although he wasn't a great fighter, he had a fantastic chin. So you couldn't really
Yeah.
it took a long time to actually be knocked out. But we'll
Elliot, do you
see.
think AJ wins that fight? Do want to get your opinion before we go.
Uh,
Can you make a case for him, play devil's advocate, or
I
not at all?
I can make a case. I can make a case for Joshua winning that fight. I just think it's hard when Joshua has been out for a year now, didn't look great in his last fight, but I wouldn't rule out AJ. I feel like I'm sitting on the fence here, but just if I was, I might back Joshua to win that fight just because I think Hrgovic is very is very hittable. So I
Mm.
would, I could see it. It's hard to be confident, but I
Yeah.
think I could, if it was to happen, let's talk again, and then we can see what we're saying. But no, I think Joshua could do that because I just think with the Dubois fight, there were a lot of things wrong in that fight. It was an
Yeah.
awful performance from
True.
Joshua. And I think he can
Yeah.
come back, but he is past his best, and Hrgović is now maybe on the crest of a wave. So I feel I'm definitely sitting on the fence. So I apologize, but we'll
I'd probably
yeah, we'll see what happens.
say Herjavec is in his prime now, I reckon.
Mm,
Great, the best
Yeah.
trainer, fitness, can get his second win. He's
He's got his
33,
head right,
not too
Chris
old, not
and
too
Elliot.
young. This is his time to go.
I think his head's right as well. I think up
Yeah.
there's he's switched on more, and that's a big part of
yeah,
it.
I I'll just
He
round off
lost
by
his dad last year. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I'll
Mm.
I'll round off by saying like I hope that we want to see Hrgović in a big fight next, right? I don't want to see Hrgović fight a British level fighter in his next fight a keep busy fight, any of that rubbish. I want him to be out again. Ideally in November or December would be great. That's what he deserves. That's what should happen. So we'll see. I feel like it's an exciting time in
Yeah.
his career now, so we'll see what happens. All right. We'll leave it
That's
there.
it. All right, yeah, next fight starting, guys.
Last time. Chris, Andrew, thank you both very much for your time. We'll speak to you again soon.
Pleasure, my son.
Thanks, man.
Pleasure.